Hello, I'm Colleen Pearl the Cool Crone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be the February Tarotscope for the sign of Leo. Hello Leo, this is your February Tarotscope. I've shuffled the cards and laid them out for you weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4. I am using the Gendron deck of tarot, which I realized I've actually lost the little guidebook and the box to the deck, so I looked up to see if maybe I could find a replacement deck that would come with the guidebook, or maybe there's a special book that was written for it. Oh my god, this deck with the guidebook, I'll hold up their universe card. I think that's the one they use for most of the promo stuff. This deck can be had for the low price of $225, and in some places more like $265. And the book, forget about it. I finally found it on a Canadian website for $8, but they wanted like $200 for the book too. So you're getting a very special reading, Leo, and I'm telling you this, Leo, because I know that you like things like that. You like to be special. All right, so let's get into the reading. First week, we start off with the Queen of Cups. And Leo, if you're true to your nature, you think of yourself as the Queen of Cups, but you're really the Queen of Wands. So Queen of Cups starting out tells me that there is somebody in your locale, somebody, a friend, a mother, a sister, an aunt, somebody who you're close to who is the Queen of Cups. She would be a water sign, that's Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. She would be somebody who's very nurturing, who's very caring, who wants to look after you and wants to make sure that you're safe. It could just be a really good friend. And they are looking after you because your life is moving, it's turning, it's topsy-turvy. I just did the reading for Aries, and that was a big hullabaloo in their month of February. So I guess the fire signs are really getting it in February. The next card up is the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm glad that you have the Queen of Cups looking out for you, because the Wheel of Fortune is telling me that things are about to change, that you are coming very close to the end of a cycle of something, and that things are really changing. So if you've been out of a job, you'll get a job. If you're in a job, you may change jobs. If you've not been having very much money, you'll start getting a lot of money. If you've been in a relationship, you may end the relationship. If you're not in a relationship, you may begin one. So the wheel is turning, and as it turns, us little humans have our lives changed. That's just the way the universe works. But then the next card in the first week of February is very interesting. It's the Hierophant. And the Hierophant tells me that there is somebody who is close to you that is taking care of you, that is looking out for your spiritual well-being, that is looking out for you, that is looking. So you've got both the Queen of Cups and the Hierophant really looking out for you and making sure that you don't take a false step, because they can see that things are really changing in your life. So that's pretty interesting. And so I would anticipate that the first week of February, my dear Leo, is going to be changing. Lots and lots of changes happening. Then we come to the beginning of the second week, and unfortunately we have the Five of Pentacles. Now usually the Five of Pentacles tells us that you have a feeling of lack in your life. You don't feel like you're strong enough or healthy enough, or you don't have enough money, or you want more children. Something in the ways of Pentacleville is making you feel like you need more, like you don't have enough. However, the good news is that you do have strength, and that's the next card that comes up. So you're going to rise to the challenge. And remember, in the first week, you had the Wheel of Fortune where things were really changing for you. So with the Strength card coming up, it even has the Leo symbol in the corner of the card. We see that you are able to rise to the challenge. There's also a lion in the card, which is typical for a Strength card. But look at all the beautiful stuff going on above their heads. Let me try to focus that. There we go. So above their heads, they have all this beautiful stuff going on, which looks kind of like the cosmos or angels. There's a flower up there. There's all sorts of stuff. There's some kind of diaphanous looking material up there. So I think you're dealing with, there's even a dragonfly going by with very see-through wings, and a squirrel running down one side of it. It's just an amazing card. And so I think, Leo, you are going to be tested in this second week of February very much. You're going to feel like you've really got to rise to the occasion because you're feeling a bit of lack in your life. And yet you're very strong and you're rising to taking care of yourself, taking care of your family, rising to the occasion to get whatever it is that you need. And the reward is a relationship. So here we have the Two of Cups, which is a very nice relationship card. This is telling you that you will get what you came for. So if you're looking for a better relationship, and don't forget the Wheel of Fortune was in the first week, you're going to get a good relationship, and here it is. This is a relationship of trust and cooperation. This is a relationship where you and your partner see each other reflected in each other's eyes and faces. So this is a very nice, happy relationship that is very fulfilling, and I think it will go a long ways towards dissipating this feeling of lack that you show here with the Five of Pentacles in the very beginning of the week. Then in the third week we have what is usually called the Devil, but in this deck is called the Deceiver. So the Deceiver is somebody who is trying to get you to do something that you really shouldn't be doing. You've got the sign for Capricorn down in the bottom of the card there, right above that Hebrew letter. And then you've got the anti-face looking at the normal face. You've got a wolf behind the anti-face. You've got the wolf face instead of a goat on the devil's face. And then I guess are those rabbit ears? It's just a really weird looking guy here. He's got a bat and a bird, and he's really weird. Okay, so how do you deal with this deceiver? Well, one thing that you can do is just cloak yourself in white light and love, and know that your friend, the Queen of Cups, and the Hierophant are in your corner. And don't allow someone to talk smack to you. Don't allow someone to make you think that you have to do something illegal or nefarious or you know, shady in order to be happy. And I'm pretty sure that the deceiver is not the person that you fall in love with. They're not next to each other at all. So don't worry about that. So you have the deceiver here who is trying to take you off to the left hand, the dark path. And I would, of course, I'm going to say, you know, ignore that person, get away from that person. But in the times that we live in, it's oh so easy to get yanked into that dark energy. It's just very, very easy. Now, the next card that comes up is the Ten of Swords. And this is the card that usually shows the person with all the knives and all the swords in their back. And in this card, it just shows a person who's walking along a path where all the swords are in front of them. So I like the way this imagery goes, because you can avoid this Ten of Swords energy. You can avoid this betraying and everything. Now, the deceiver could be the person putting the swords in front of you or into you. So it could be that the deceiver is not trying to get you to do something nefarious, but they could be doing something nefarious behind your back and really, really being bad to you, really betraying you. So that could be what's happening in this third week, because the end of the week you have the Sun. So I know you're going to resist it, but you may feel a little shaken up after that experience. You may feel like, wow, I really came close to really blowing it and to really ruining my life. And that's true. The deceiver is never good to get in your throes, but you know, we live in the world. And in the world there are great people. The majority of people are wonderful. But there's also people who can be quite nefarious. So now let's go on to the fourth week, Leo. We start with the universe. You have a lot of major arcanas in here. You have the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune, Strength, the Sun, the Deceiver, the universe. 7. 7 out of these 12 cards are major arcana. So this is an extraordinary month for you. This is a month where a lot of kind of life-changing things are going to be happening. So similar to Aries, Aries also had a lot of major arcana in their reading as well. So I think the fire signs are in for something really spectacular this month. So the fourth week starts with the universe. So this means that something has definitely ended and something new has begun. So let's hope that the new thing that's begun is your nice relationship that started off with the Two of Cups. And let's hope that the deceiver is the thing that ended, that you don't have that influence over you anymore. So the universe coming up is like the World card, and that's just saying that one chapter has closed and a new chapter can begin. And yes, I'm right. It is that new relationship does begin for you, because the very next card is the Lovers, which is a major arcana for relationships. And this just reaffirms that your relationship is full of love and trust and cooperation and is really, really good for you, and that you're really good in the relationship. So fantastic, Leo. So you have a fantastic partner that started off in the second week of February. And by the fourth week of February, you'll know that this is a really, really good relationship. So 2 weeks, that's pretty quick. And the final outcome card is the King of Pentacles. Now, this is a guy that can be very giving and loving, but he's good at business and he knows that that's what he's good at. So he's the person that really manages things. He's really well aware of how to manage a business. He realizes how tough it is, how hard it is to really get a good business to last and to get off the ground and to be, good for the community and good for his workers and all of that stuff. And so, but he's a person, probably an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So this would be a person who makes decisions in a considered way. They don't do things impulsively. Could this be your partner? Who knows? Could be. I don't know. I didn't see any indications here that your partner was an earth sign at all. It came up the Two of Cups, just saying a relationship, and the Lovers here. The Lovers has the Gemini vibe here, and the Two of Cups has a water sign vibe, so that's not earth either. But it could be that this actually represents your partner. And if that's so, then I would also say that this probably indicates a very long-term relationship is coming out of this. All right, let's look at the astrology cards. I ended up picking 3 astrology cards, and I'm just going to pull them all up here so I can take a look at them all together. Wow, so explosive. Mars conjunction and Uranus. So Uranus is the planet of change, and right now we have Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which is an earth sign, and we have been going through squares of Uranus and Saturn for a long time, which is the younger people really trying to push out the older people, not because the older people are inept or incompetent, but because their ideas are not fitting the world we live in now, because the world has changed. So it's not a judgment on the older people, it's trying to save them really from themselves. Now the conjunction is a card that, or is a aspect in astrology where 2 planets occupy pretty much the same degree of a sign. So they're right, from our perspective on Earth, it seems like they're right next to each other. Of course, that could never be. But from our perspective on Earth, they look to be in the same zodiac sign in the same degree. So the next card is Mars. And Mars right now is in Capricorn. It's doing its thing. It's very strong in Capricorn. But if we had Mars conjunct Uranus, we would have a big, probably explosion, or we would have a big, huge weather event, or we would have a huge political upheaval, because Uranus also rules large groups of people and the masses, and Mars is military and government and violence and war. So I would say, Leo, for you, that this means that you need to realize that you have these powers inside of you. You have the power of Uranus inside of you. You have the ability to change. And this is what you've done in the month of February. You have changed. You have gone through some changes. You also have the power of Mars within you, which is the power to regenerate and to move forward and to take action. And you have taken action. You started a relationship. You saw the Wheel of Fortune move. You walked away from the deceiver. You allowed things to end. And finally, you ended up in a relationship. So these astrological cards are just saying that you have a lot of power within you. You don't have to rely on other people for getting things done. That this is what's happening for you. Oh, let me turn these around so you can see them a little clearer. So that's Uranus. This is the card for the conjunction. And this is the card for Mars. And Then the last card that I have for you is the Isis Oracle card. The dark mysteries enter the chamber of the dark goddess. Be able to see her? Oh, that comes up nice on the camera. Oh, that's great. The dark goddess calls you to her inner chamber, where she holds a test and a gift for you. The test is your willingness to meet and release the fears within that have secretly been holding you back. The gift is freedom, peace, opportunity, and prosperity in all its forms. Will you accept her call? Your time for deep initiation is here. So this says, when the dark goddess calls you, it's a life-changing experience. It is not always easy, but the rewards for those brave enough to answer her call and enter her inner chamber are tremendous indeed. The rewards are a life lived more fearlessly, the gift of loving and being just who you are in truth, without having to impress or bow to another out of fear of rejection. It is a more open and expansive way to live, and it attracts a bounty of the Dark Mother, her gifts of love, opportunity, peace, and prosperity, well-being, and wisdom. It takes a strong soul to go through this test and into the liberation it delivers, but you are ready, dear initiate of the light. There's more, but that's all I'm going to read for right now. It's an amazing time for you, Leo. You are going to be tested. That's the deceiver testing you. You are going to be ending certain things. That's both the Wheel of Fortune and the universe. And you are going to find, like the Ten of Swords, that you have to work. You have to try. And the Strength card there is coming into being, saying, yes, you have the abilities to overcome these challenges. You absolutely have the ability to do that. You've also got the Sun, the Hierophant, the Lovers, just marvelous cards, Leo. Just amazing, but hard. Not a super easy month, but I think you'll come out of it much stronger and braver and feeling very confident about your ability to rise to the challenge of handling things, which really, Leo, you were born a Leo, so really this is what you're born to do. So a very, very important month for you, Leo. I look forward to hearing your comments down below and letting me know how this reading really hits you. And thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I will see you next time.